Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube live stream. So I'm going to be breaking this live stream into 4 sections. The first part will be about showing you what went wrong and how I sank my jet boat. I'm going to be taking you through the video, screen sharing. And then the second part will be a bit about how I built that boat, some of the favourite parts about that boat. And then a little bit about my favourite jet boating of all time, like some of the best videos I really like. And then a little bit at the end about me and what I do for work and stuff. So you've probably spotted the 3D printed jet boat behind me. This is my new design. I've got a few action men in there just for scale purposes. I've made a few changes to that design and I'll be running through the changes in a future video. So if you're interested in building boats, check out my how to build a kit set jet boat video, or if you want to get the plans to either my kit set jet boat or this new design, send me an email. I'll leave my email in the description below. And a big thank you to all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button because it helps my channel heaps and you'll get notified when I do future videos. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm just going to move my head over here a little bit. Just make myself a bit smaller. Okay, that should be pretty good. So this is the video. I'm going to take you to the start and tell you what happened. So this is my friend Leighton, and it's a beautiful day and we're in the Waihine River, which is on the lower North Island of New Zealand. So I'm going to be skipping through a whole lot of bits. I won't make you watch the whole video. So this boat was powered. This boat was powered by a road bike engine, a Kawasaki ZX10 engine, which had about 200 horsepower. I don't recommend putting a road bike engine in a jet boat. They are designed to be in a road bike, not in a jet boat. But however, it was a pretty fun project, and I really enjoyed doing it. So this river flows at about 10 to 15 cubic metres a second. It's not a hell of a lot of water. We made it about 8 kilometres upstream, and it was kind of a scary feeling actually, like knowing that there's no road access, or if you break down you're going to have a long walk home, and no cell phone reception. Yeah. Had my first comment come in actually. How often do I replace the wear rings and impellers? Well, this jet boat, you'll see, I'll come to that actually, but I replace them a lot. I straighten them out a lot. So the top speed of this boat was about 80 kilometres an hour. Okay, so I'm going to skip I'm going to skip to about, or anywhere around here. So, you'll see I do a lot of turning here. I'm doing a lot of turning left to right, left to right. So this was one of the problems. So what was going through my mind was if the boat was turning, it would be planing shallower, and therefore I'd hit less rocks. But in actual fact, by turning all the time, it just got me into trouble, so I don't really recommend that. So you'll see here, coming up to this rapid, I turned just before it, and it was Terrible driving, terrible. Lower North Island, the best jet boating would probably be this river, actually, the Waihi, but it is quite shallow. Okay, so we won't make you wait too much longer. We'll skip to where everything gets a bit pear-shaped. So this, yeah, I hit this rapid sideways too. Terrible driving, terrible. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here, and if you can see the mouse on the screen, this is the rapid that causes all the grief. The water comes down here and straight into this rock wall, so it sort of doesn't leave me any room to line myself up straight or get a run up or anything like that. Not that I was thinking about that or any of that at the time. Okay, so I'll just play from here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I run out of water. And this bit's quite funny actually, like Leighton pulls out the fire extinguisher just for a bit of a laugh, but turns out there's nothing in it. I'm just cracking up, saying the camera's filming. I'm not sure what that red light is flashing on the gauge there either. And if you're wondering what's in the bag, that was our lunch. Nah, it wasn't, it was just a whole lot of tools. So, Leighton decides to take his boots off, fair enough. I wouldn't want to get wet boots either. And we never really gave it much thought, we didn't really have any rope or not much with us, so without much thought, he just, oh this bit's funny actually, Leighton, watch Leighton. Leighton's gutted. That water's cold, that water's about 5 degrees. So it comes from like snowy hilltops. So a little bit unlucky, I still haven't got any drive. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there. So as you can tell by my facials, I'm stressing out, I'm freaking out. I'm actually thinking, I'm thinking of whitewater rafting at this point. I'm sort of thinking that I know you have to lean towards the rock. You know, it feels real unnatural, but you need to do it so the water goes underneath the raft rather than flipping you over. So, yeah. So I managed to get it to ashore, and I'm quickly turning the engine off. And that's me jumping for my life. Because I didn't want to drown. Sorry about your boots, Leighton. They are wet, bobbing around. So the camera keeps filming as the boat goes under. It's quite funny. You'll see the recovery gear soon. So that is the sound of a GoPro rolling along the bottom of a river. And then it stays there and it films until the battery runs out. Okay, so then straight after I strip off and I go for a swim. The boat's in quite a deep pool of water. It's probably about 3 to 4 meters deep. And I come back about a minute.
Camera's not on it.
Boat's sitting up right.
Yeah.
So there I said the camera's not on it, but the boat's sitting upright. So that's a classic mono hull. They'll stay upright until they're at the bottom of the ocean. So then that night we actually went back. I'm just having a crack up. That night we actually went back with like head torches, flashlights, dive. And yes, we ended up getting a helicopter. Here comes the helicopter. So he's a very good helicopter pilot. He pulls the boat out very slowly. So I might just pause it there. Oh, back a bit. So problem number 2 was, okay, why did the boat sink just quickly? So it never had an engine cover. So if you're going to do some hard out jet boating, you need an engine cover and you need like a bulkhead. You need to keep the water out of that engine compartment. And also then just learn to drive properly. So why did we get a helicopter? Because the main reason was there was rain due on the forecast, and 2 inches of rain, and I probably wouldn't have seen that boat again. Yeah, the chopper cost about $1,000, but you know, these things happen. Okay, so now we're just going to run through and talk briefly about how I built that boat. I never built that boat. I never got it cut out on a CNC cutter. I actually drew the patterns onto the sheets of aluminium and just cut them with a skill saw by hand. So it was one way to save $1. You can get these aluminium cutting blades to go on a skill saw, but like a carbide blade will do the same thing. Just make sure you wear lots of safety gear. I'm just safety squinting. These are the parts laid out, some of the parts laid out in my living room. And this is me welding it together. So that's the road bike engine. Check out that manifold. The pump was out of a Yamaha 1200 or something. Also, a lot of people ask how did I connect the road bike engine to the jet unit. So I did that using a drive shaft, and so basically I ripped out all the clutch basket stuff, and I made like an adapter, I don't know what you call it, and bolted that on, and then bolted the drive shaft on to that. And then I had this CV boot from a car which sealed it. So it had a centre bearing which ran in the centre of the drive shaft, and that kept the oil, so one side of the drive shaft was in the engine in oil, and the other half of the drive shaft was in the atmosphere. The seats, they were real cool. They had this awesome little dicky seat in the middle which actually sat a little bit higher and a bit further forward so that you didn't like bump shoulders. The throttle, that was quite cool. It had this aluminium tube so that the cable came out straight and it rolled around the tube so it didn't, you know, chafe the cable. The fuel tank, that was a bit dodgy. So yes, this boat did have plastic on it. The plastic was 4mm thick and it did break apart. So if you're going to put plastic on a boat, if you're going to be rough, you should probably get like 12mm thick. If you're going to look after it, 10mm will be awesome. The grill, yep, the gaps in that grill were too big. Like, this boat just chewed up rocks and just wrecked impellers. Okay, so that's all I've got about building that jet boat. So now we're just going to run through some of my favourite jet boating of all time, like the most fun we've had. Basically, it's just in a little stream down in the South Island to see how much water we really need. Oh, I did skip one there, but never mind, we'll just carry on. So as you can see, the boats don't really need much water to go in, and in my eyes, I guess it's like harmless jet boating, kind of like safe. So here's a clip of us cleaning the grill. So this is another reason if you want to get a small mini jet boat, you can just pick them up on their sides to clean the grill. You can get these... Shit. Sorry, my camera just fell over. My dodgy mount. You can get these things called stomp grates, which are real cool, real good idea, but I don't think a stomp grate would have cleaned that. So this one here, this is another favourite one. It's almost like a competition to see how shallow you can go. So that was the road bike engine doing 13,000 revs. Here's a couple of my friends having a laugh, doing some wheel stands. Another picture of cleaning the grill. I can't see anything, I can only see a life jacket and a set of hands. Okay, so that's all about the jet boating. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about me and what I do for work and stuff. So I am a farmer. Farming is my backbone. It's my full-time job. In this case, I'm milking cows. This is a rotary cow shed. If you want to see inside a milk vat, so it comes straight from the cow, straight into this milk vat, chilled down to 5 degrees and picked up daily by a milk tanker. What does that mean? What? Oh, comments. Here's me having a coffee. Fixing a sick cow. So this is where I work currently. I actually work with my dad. And a big shout out to Dad, happy Father's Day. It's Father's Day today. So we work on a sheep and beef farm. And there's me shearing some sheep. And we've got about 1,400 sheep on this farm and 4 farm dogs. So my main source of transport is actually a 4-wheeler. It's a Honda 500. This is us feeding some cows. So we're coming towards the end of my live stream now. So if you're going to get into jet boating, you're going to come across some awesome scenery. Like, it's definitely one way to check out your country or even other countries. Like this, for example, is the South Island, or I call it the mainland of New Zealand. The views down there are just incredible. What are the comments? I can't read. Oh, Shane. Big shout out to Shane. He cuts out the boats at Carrot Couplings. That's the laser company I use. So once again, yeah, if you want to get the plans to my kit set jet boat, send me an email. I'll leave my email in the description. And lastly, a shout out to Doug at SB Seeker. If you go check out his channel, I'll leave that in the description. He always asks, what did I build today? Or what did anyone build today? So I built these mud guards for my sea boat. Yes, I'll be doing a video about that shortly, so click the subscribe button. Yeah, so this is just a picture of my beautiful arc welding. I've been welding for quite a while. Like, farming is my main, my main passion, my main job, but I've also had an interest in engineering since a very young age. I did build a downhill mountain bike at probably the age of 13, just literally from scraps around the farm and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'll end it there, guys, and a big thank you to everyone that's tuned in, and thank you very much for watching.